Clemson, now they got a 5.4% chance of making the playoff. Leading up to this, it was really the same two talking points every damn time for Clemson. One, they're lagging behind in NIL, and two, Dabo doesn't use the portal. Well, the first one, they've actually leveled up and invested big time in NIL, and two, they've started dabbling in the portal. We saw the Purdue transfer make some tackles in that game. What's crazy is like this season's been different. I mean, in terms of the teams that had so much expectations going into the season, there was Penn State and there was Clemson. Everyone else was a notch behind it. Yeah, people were excited about LSU. People were excited about Notre Dame, maybe. Not even Oregon per se. You were excited about Texas, obviously, but Clemson was one of those teams. I had him in person last week versus Troy. I thought it was a fluke. I thought it was just an offense playing with anxiety that couldn't get out of their own way. And sure enough, exactly what happened in the LSU game is exactly what happened in the Troy game is exactly what happened in the Georgia Tech game. And I'm going to pull you guys up some footage right here because there are 6 straight plays in the third quarter that are the perfect example for what is going wrong with the Clemson offense. This is 6 straight plays. And in fact, this first play right here is right after Bryant Wesco had that over route for like a 70-yard bomb. Clemson's up 14-13 in this game. The momentum is now on their side. They've weathered the storm from Georgia Tech, and I'm about to show you 6 straight plays of a Clemson player having a missed assignment in a row. If you're over there on TikTok, check out the footage on YouTube. I'll try to show it to you next week. But check this out. First play right here. 1st and 10. Fake the jet sweep. Cade Klubnik gets pressure. You miss a wide open receiver downfield. Check out this tight end. He's going to pop. This right tight end, he's popped. That's open in college football. This receiver, wide open. Cade has pressure. This showed up. And this is where Clemson fans are like, you can't really pinpoint one thing, right? It's Cade's not playing really well. Oh, are we missing Antonio Williams? That's just a convenient talking point. Clemson receivers are just fine. Oh, is Garrett Riley having troubles and whatnot? I do think scenarios like this are where he got out-coached because there were multiple times in this game where you have a free rusher right here on Cade Klubnik. The concept downfield here is perfect. You got receivers open, but you're not protecting your quarterback here. And this is a win by Georgia Tech in that they were able to scheme, started this play. I can't tell if this is a backer body on the bottom or a corner body. Looks like a backer body. But right there, this is a defensive coordinator win by Georgia Tech. So right here, you have no one to pick up that player. Concept's good. Protection's not great. That one is on Garrett Riley. But this whole thing is not on Garrett Riley. And maybe you can say, oh, Cade's got to find a way to maneuver this. Oh, you got to get the ball out quicker. Find a way to make this throw, which we'll talk about guys like Gunnar Stockton and Diego Pavia, which they have a knack for always finding a way to get a window and make a throw and make something happen. But right there, again, you have all the momentum on your side, wide-ass open tight end. You can't protect your guy for whatever reason. I don't know the exact protection. Maybe you could have slid it a different way. But that's a win by the Georgia Tech defensive coordinator over Clemson. Boom. That's the first play. Cade gets hit. You'll see from the back view. They slide to the left. Free rusher on the outside. That's a scheme win by the defense. Second play. It's the very next play. 2nd and 10. They're going to do this. Get Cade's legs involved. Toss sweep. Easy tackle by the middle linebacker. This is where I don't think it's Garrett Riley's fault. I don't mind this play call. You're washing the whole defensive line down. You like Cade's legs. You're going to wash this whole defensive line down, all 4 of these D linemen. You got a receiver blocking on this linebacker here, or safety, I'm not sure what it is, linebacker. And then you got a corner blocking on this corner. It all comes down to your 2 guys in the backfield, Cade Klubnik and running back, blanking on his name, the big guy, against this middle linebacker. 2-on-1. This is 4th grade football right here. But when we play it and Cade goes down, he's already pitched this football. There's no pressure on this middle linebacker. This middle linebacker is like, thanks, Cade. I'm good to go. I'm just going to go tackle your running back because no one's blocking me. What I would love to have happen is have Cade press this vertical more. Press this down the line. Force the middle linebacker to come up and cover you. Then you have no one on this running back with 2 blockers out wide, and you're forcing this safety down the field to come and make this tackle. Instead, you don't force the issue. It's like it almost feels like an option. That's an easy tackle. First down didn't work out. Look at I want Cade going downhill, attack this linebacker, force this linebacker to make a decision. And I think he may have pitched it right away because the end crashes down. Well, if that's the case and that's his rules, then I just think it's a poor design and poor concept there. All right, so then now you missed one on first, missed one on second, third down here, miscommunication. That receiver's open, third down. It's cover two, meaning these safeties, it might be two Tampa. I'll have to watch this again, but these two safeties are going wide here. Safety on the bottom has got middle half on the bottom. Safety on the top's got middle half on the top. That's perfect. You're one-on-one with your athletic receiver on a linebacker body. You love that. Cade thinks he's going vertical and attacking this the G in Georgia Tech at the middle of the field. The receiver chops it down right at the sticks. Moral of the story, there's a miscommunication. Someone is wrong here. Either Cade thought he was running another route and he's wrong, or the receiver ran the wrong route. Based on Cade's reaction at the end, he's pointing like, oh, your receiver should have gone upfield, should have gone vertical. So it makes me think that Cade is wrong here, but I don't totally know. Regardless, it's an overthrow and back-to-back-to-back plays. After you have momentum on your side, Clemson's not able to execute, right? And I'll let it go in the back view. But if they're on the same page here and Cade thinks he's chopping it down at the sticks, this is a wide open receiver and you erase the two dud plays to start with, and you're able to find an easy completion right here. Boom. Receiver's wide open. That's wide open at any level of football. Cade thinks he's going vertical, so he throws it vertical. Just a miscommunication. That has nothing to do with talent. That has, I guess, technically maybe something to do with coaching, but I don't put that on Garrett Riley necessarily. That's two players that got to get locked in. All right, here's the fourth play in a row. Those three were 1, 2, 3. All right, defense got to stop. They're back on the field. Again, it's 14-13. You're still in this ball game. Opportunity to take the lead. Here's your fourth play. Defense drops down, gets soft, goes check down, tipped ball in the air. Your initial reaction is like, damn, like, that's a good play by the defense. It is a good play by the defense, but if I'm Cade, I would push Cade. The coaching point for Cade here is, all right, it's soft there, or the coverage is soft. You got a defensive lineman right in front of you. Step to the side and try to find a window. That's what Drew Brees made an absolute killing on. Step to the left, step to the right. Know that right here, if he knows he's going to the check down, the only concern you have, or the only thing you have to avoid is this defensive tackle. Your offensive lineman's fighting. Instead, he throws it right at the defensive lineman, which again, this is one of those bang-bang plays. You tip your cap to the defensive tackle, but the coaching point in the quarterback meeting room is feel this, slide to your left, right here in this window, and get this completion. Then you're sitting at 2nd and 5, not a batted pass, not have 4 straight dud plays in a row. Instead, you're sitting at second and 10. Here's the 2nd and 10 call. They're going to call a draw. They're going to swing the running back out to the right. They're trying to get numbers. If they have numbers in the box, then Cade will run it. They love going to this with Cade's legs when Cade isn't necessarily playing his best football. I think they like doing this to like get him involved. To me, though, this is a byproduct of, and maybe he was told, hey, Cade, we're going to call this, and we want you to pull the ball down and tuck it and run. So take this criticism with a grain of salt. But when he swings the running back to the outside, this linebacker's not running. This linebacker's not moving. This linebacker's staying attached to the box. And sure, you have 5 blockers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders, but this safety's low. That's pretty much a 6th defender. I love the optics of throwing this ball to the running back out here. If this linebacker is going to stay tugged, throw this ball to the linebacker out here. If you do that, you have 3 receiver blockers for 3 defensive backs down here in open space with this running back. To me, this is almost, maybe you're having trauma from, oftentimes you see in college, like this corner quick triggering and blowing up this play. So maybe Cade's not trusting it. Maybe Cade's pre-playing it. Maybe they're coaching Cade to pull it down and run with it when in fact, you know what? This is a pretty good look. Again, this is 1st and 10. I'd love for him to spit that ball out to that running back. Instead, he gets like a nice 6 yards. All right. It looks like, all right, sweet, he's doing something. But if he spits it out to the running back, that's a broken tackle away from being a 20-yard gain. Again, not the end of the world, but in the spirit of, you saw the first 3 plays, that's the 4th play after the touchdown where you have all the momentum. Third down and 5, got to have it. You got to hitch and drop right there. You can tell how frustrated they are. The point and why I show that is it's not just one factor for Clemson, which would make me even more concerned if I was a Clemson fan. I think there's some coaching elements and scheme elements. I think at times you're looking for your offensive line to dominate more. You saw a drop pass from the receivers. They haven't really been able to get the run game going with the running backs. Cade, it's not necessarily his fault, but then I think there's opportunities to be had with some of these throws, miscommunications. It's really all 11 with this Clemson offense and the reason that they're struggling. And it's 3 straight weeks in a row of something very, very similar in terms of missed opportunities.